Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar, and something is killing the children. No, not really, not in real life. Well, maybe, probably not. I sure hope not. But this is issue number 2, and it's a comic book, so we can say things like something is killing the children without like making the world worry because it's fiction. This kind of thing. It sure is a little bit of an uncomfortable topic, isn't it? Like nobody wants to think about this kind of stuff, and yet so much of our old fiction, go back to like Grimm's fairy tales or whatever, is based around terrible things happening to children. And I guess I can understand like the reason for some of that is those stories literally exist to teach children not to go do things like walk off with strangers who are playing a magical flute. In this case, what's going on does not involve a magical flute. It involves a big scary nya. Yeah, we don't know what the big scary nya is, but it's a big scary nya. And I made fun of this page on stream, and I shouldn't have because reading through this is the brother of one of the people, one of the missing kids, and he's getting ready to go to work. He can't perceive the creature. That's why it's all like fuzzed out, kind of blurred, and not really something observable. It's emphasizing the distinction between stuff he can see, like himself and his reflection in the car, and the things he can't see. So I finally understand the point to that particular bit of art, why it looks the way it does. I don't think I really like it that much, but I understand it, if that makes sense. So what's going on is there's this monster. Hey, look, there's a monster on the page right there. And in the previous issue, this one kid led his friends into the woods, and the monster killed them all. That's kind of a depressing way to start a story, but it's also where this story started. And so nobody believes the kid that there was a monster, except for crazy girl who showed up in town to kill the monster. She showed up and she's like super bad, she's like super bad. She's got like a bag full of money and knives. And what do you do when you have a bag full of money and knives? There's only so many possible choices. One, serial killer. Two, you hunt monsters. Three, you're actually the Terminator. That's like your options at that point. And she seems to be number two, hunting monsters. I sure hope she is. Oh, wouldn't that be quite a twist if somehow she was a monster? Oh, no, that's juvenile. Don't do that. I'm pretty sure that story's been done before anyway. I would try to name some examples of a movie or something where the person was hunting themselves, because I know I've seen some, but they all kind of blend together and they're nondescript because it's not that interesting. Now, the big weakness of this book is its art. The art never really looks appealing. It's kind of minimalistic. It's kind of sketchy. It really seems to be going to for like setting mood and look and stuff, as opposed to presenting a world that's actually like something you want to look at. Also, I like instead of Applebee's, it's Apple Beams. And I haven't been to an Applebee's in um how long did I go? Did I get this job? 7 or 8 years ago. Like it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been at Applebee's. The last Applebee's I went in, I got what I usually got at Applebee's, which is the Bourbon Street steak. Because at every Applebee's I'd ever been to, it was just basically like this steak that was crusted in black pepper, served on the skillet that was still like hot and stuff. It was still like cooking when they're bringing it out to me. I went to this Applebee's and they gave me. I ordered it and I got basically what piece of shoe leather, completely unseasoned, and I've never been back. Like that was it. Elizibar is done with Applebee's for forever. Which is a shame because I used to like that steak. Like it was all right. It wasn't like going to Ruth's Chris or somewhere really nice and getting a really nice steak, but it was all right. So anyway, they kind of point that out. Like, kid asks her, "What are we doing here?" And she's like, "Hey, nobody comes to these places. We're gonna go out of business soon. They have big tables." She lays out a map and they start plotting locations. He's the brother from the earlier in the book, and he points out a location to him. And And no, sees a knife that falls out of her bag. Also, I really like this. This was pretty good. The wait staff comes over. Hey, welcome to. Oh, it's apple beans here, but it looked like beams on the sign. Like to try a sampler trio? No, I'll take whatever lager you have. Doesn't it? Water and a coffee. Can I have a lager? He'll have a soda. No, I'll have a coffee too. You had coffee before? Sure. You heard the kid. Right, I'll get right to it. Okay, let's do this. Have you done this kind of thing before? You're acting like you've done this kind of thing before. Has she done this kind of thing before? Let's slowly scroll the page. This is all the action that's in this book, by the way. It's all in these little flashback panels, which are fun. Notice how the flashback, the memory, is all kind of sketchy. That's a very good use of technique. Again, separate this visually from the rest of the book because it's just like the monster back over here is in a different style than the rest of the book. That's pretty effective. Lets you know that these panels are something different. Like even the panel borders are different. See, very straight roll. We just took a ruler and we went here. The borders, somebody doing a thick paint, or well, not paint. It'll be ink in this case. Shenanigans happen. Manager kicks him out, calls the cops, goes back to her motel room. Shenanigans happen, and we get this cool looking last page that's intriguing enough that it makes me want to buy number 3, even though when I'm done reading this, it just ends up feeling kind of like, yes, I have read a comic book and it was okay. So I don't know what that says about me, but that's where I'm at in my life. Yes, I have read a comic book and it is okay. Now I got to make a note to get this put on my pull list at Graham Crackers so that I get the next couple issues at 10% off because I'm gonna just ride this to the end. I've already kind of went this far with mediocrity. I might as well ride the mediocre train all the way to the finish. And I think that within what the story is doing now, seed that can grow something really cool. Just not there yet. It's being deliberately slow paced when it doesn't need to be deliberately slow paced. Like here's what happened in this book. We have one panel worth of content of that kid's brother going to work and talking to his mom. We have 2 pages worth of content of them in Applebeans planning and then getting kicked out. We have like 1 page worth of stuff of everything after that. Like there's not really a whole lot of stuff going on here. Compression. Like we couldn't even get like here we're gonna bust out something from the 90s. All right, it's a very different kind of story. But none of the pages or none of the panels in this have as much happening in them as even like this single panel in the top right. All right, we have action in the back. Jubilee's running from the cops. Over here, we have some skate punks, and they got a ton of conversation. You flip later in the book where actual X-Men are doing a ton of stuff. In the course of like a couple panels, get a wall blown out, get the X-Men responding to danger, get Dazzler knocking a couch or something, Storm, like in 1 page, a bunch of individual things happen. This book, at no point in any panel, does a single complete thing happen except for 1 panel when the knife falls out of her bag. Then a complete thing happens. Knife fell out of bag. You can write that down. Panel 17, knife falls out of bag. Like that's actually something, as opposed to panel 14, they look at a map. Panel 15, they look at a map. Panel 18, chaos. Panel 20 through 27, she gets kicked out of Applebean. You know, like it's kind of boring. You need to stop decompressing, try compressing, try putting multiple things into a single panel. It doesn't even have to be like multiple dramatic things. It doesn't have to be big. You can do something like there's something interesting in the background, something interesting in the foreground. Now you have 2 things going on. You can't rely on just dialogue to carry your book. And right now, issue 2, it feels like we're trying to rely on dialogue to carry the book. And the dialogue, frankly, just is not that poppin' on its own. It wasn't for some of the weird stuff, which I haven't shown you, that comes up, like her little octopus doll, then I don't know that I would pick up number three. But that's a hook. That's a hook. It's interesting. What is that thing? I want to know what it is. So I'm going to get number three so I can find out. That's what they're selling you on. That's what they're hooking you with, is the idea that there's something cool and pull you in, as opposed to actually presenting you with something cool in issue two. A lot of people probably disagree with me because apparently a lot of people think this book is like really, really dope, solid. They're entitled to their opinion. I'm glad that they like it. I'm glad that the book exists for people who really like it. As for me, I think it's just okay. Well, take care of yourselves. You have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. Until then, bye bye.